So, corporate restructuring at Warner in DC. I drew up a plan a while ago for a video. It was based on some suggestions for the industry. Let's pull them out. Let's take a look at them. Let's go. So I'm a business major, and I've worked in and around comics as well as large publicly traded organizations. So I'm going to try to approach this as a business person and not a fan, which is going to be hard because I'm probably a fan first. But some of these are suggestions and they're not going to exactly be popular, but I'll try to explain where I'm coming from, why these are needed, and why they might work. So there's lots of problems with the comic industry. I don't need to list them. I don't need to recount them. You probably can count a few off the top of your heads. I mean, we're talking anything from variant covers to multiple tie-ins, sales numbers, return to bill, all sorts of different issues. So, but what they need here is they need, and I'm going to try to put a drawing up here on the video as I go along. They need an IP manager, a brand manager to ensure continuity across each line of business. Powers, personality, outfit. Do everything you can to protect the IP. Make sure you don't have some cowboy out there trying to change the character or change their personality or change them into something that they're not. Okay. I would suggest maybe 4 lines. And we could discuss possibly even 5, but I would do 4 lines. I do a kids line, which is like 3 to 8 years old. You know, those are your coloring books, flip books, stickers, kids stories. Stories to read before you go to bed, that kind of stuff. So then, and this one isn't going to be popular, YA, young adult, 8 to 15, novels and graphic novels. This is where you could do a little bit of experimentation with character ideas outside normal continuity, because I think that's what we want to protect, is our main continuity. If a particular experiment or character exceeds a certain metric sales, then I would move it, to the mainstream or to the last line. So the next line is your main continuity line, 13 plus. And what you need to do is I read an article a few years back. It was about Disney, and I think Disney's gotten away from this, but every 7 to 10 years, they re-released movies from their vault and reintroduced their stories to a whole new generation. And that makes a lot of sense to me. So I would use that idea, and I would do a 10 to 15 year planned story arc for a universe. This is your main continuity. Let's just say that it was the New 52 or everything after Crisis or something. Like you have some event, and you just start everything over. And you can update your characters, you can update your uniforms, you can update their bios, their personality, anything that you want at that time. But you're going to work on one story arc over that period of time. So you're going to, whoever's the manager for that line would make sure that they stick to it. Make sure you don't have any cowboys or creatives that go off. This is where we're starting. This is where we're going to end. This is where we're going to end. I would do 12 to 20 main titles, and these will be digital, floppies, and graphic novels. Then I would probably do maybe 8 to 15 solo / miniseries. Now I would do these all digital only. I know that's not popular, but if you look at the cost savings that are involved, you can do a lot of experimentation and you can bring characters up and try them out. Now, it's not all's lost if you're a print person. Got a lot of experience with digital, so I kind of know a few things about it. Digital only. If sales exceed a certain amount, then offer it in a graphic novel print format. If it's popular, it can qualify for a main title for maybe a 12 to 24 issue run. I think on the digital stuff, on the solo and miniseries, this is where you can try talent and you can do some different experiments. You can see if you can upload and promote maybe B-class characters along the way. Again, you're going to have one massive arc, and then you're going to have you're going to have smaller arcs for a set number of years for certain titles of characters, and then you're going to have, you know, your 2-3 issue series hitting one subject matter or something like that. So this allows you to try out new talent, test new talent, get people to work together. You put your rock stars and stuff like that on the main titles. You can kind of cross-pollinate a little bit so that you can bring people up. But I think the main continuity is what we need to protect for fans. So by separating out the YA stuff, you can let them do their stuff as long as they just operate within a few guidelines. So they're not totally changing the character around. We can't have Superman running around being something different than he is in the main continuity. So then we have a special line. This is also 13 plus. This is your What If, Elseworlds, Ultimate line, novels, audio comics, Vertigo, Black Label, maybe even a manga line, something like that. This is your experimentation area, another experimentation area, and this is all outside of continuity. So what we've done here is we've got 4 different areas. So you got 4 different editors or managers for these different lines. They're responsible for the success of those lines. They all have to report to an IP manager that makes sure that those characters are protected. And you also want to make sure that you have synergy between the movies and TV shows. So you kind of need somebody to be an advocate for not only what's happening over here, but knowing what's going on over here and steer things in a particular different direction. Now, I've got some other ideas as far as marketing and a lot of things like that, but that's where I would start. For the fans that have always been there, you need to have a main continuity, and you need to respect it. There's no way around. You're gonna have to cut costs, so you're gonna have to do some stuff digital only. But you can take your key characters, key groups. You could do your main titles. You just have to plan an arc and stick to it. This rebooting the universe every 5-6 years or something like that's too short. You're losing your fans. You can do your special line, and that's where you can bring, like, you know, really top tier talent and do like a, you know, Batman, Old Man Logan, or you can do you can do something special. And then your YA, let those people do what they do. Bring people in. If everybody's focused on their line and reaching out and bringing people in that are attracted to their line, then you're introducing people to comics. The next trick is marketing, where we have to cross market across lines so that as the kids grow up, they graduate to the YA or they go straight to the main continuity, and you just keep bringing people along. So everybody has their place, and you know those areas have to succeed or fail all on their own. So you could really streamline it, but that's how I would do it. We can talk about other things on whether or not they should be doing with talent and hiring people and employees and stuff like that. That's all another discussion. This is just providing kind of a framework for how I would set up the structure. So I hope this was kind of interesting. I'm going to try to keep these short. And the next part we'll talk about marketing. And then we'll talk about some of the more specific issues and problems that I know you're going to ask. If you have any questions, please comment. Throw them out to me so I make sure and address them. Again, if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, share it. Let people know that I'm here so that I can continue to do these. I'm also going to try to bring on some other business-minded people. I'll see if I can reach out to somebody like Perch or Adam Post or something, that people that want to talk about this from a more of a business perspective, because I do think that's particularly interesting. So thank you very much, and have a good one.